I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.
Hi guys, this is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on Logic Before Authority. And today we're going to talk about a little bit about the 1995 printed Illuminati playing card game. And there's a lot of cards, a lot of predictions, so we won't be able to cover a lot of them. Okay, but we're going to look at a couple things. Okay. I just been kind of going back through them. I actually have a set of them that was gifted to me by one of y'all guys. It's been quite a while, like 8 years ago or something. I remember, maybe it was Jason. I'm probably getting it wrong. Anyways, Illuminati playing card game. There's actually an original game that came out back in 1985 that is older. Same kind of themes, not as many cards, but came out in 95. Okay. And then they came out with one in 1995. Okay. Which contains a bunch more cards, and they look like this instead of looking like that. Okay. And I'm going to show you this card. Now, this card set, you have to understand that it contains images of the Twin Towers, images of the Pentagon, and you know what date I'm talking about, or you should, unless you've been under a log. And you should also know that that event was a controlled and ritual. It was a ritual to open the pit. It took place right after Comet Hale-Bopp came through the heavens around 97. Okay, I saw a star fall from heaven. It's biblical in that these events, these seals and so on are broken and opened, and well, this one has to do with the opening of the pit, that event itself, because that event ultimately led to what just took place starting around 2019, where stingers went out all over the world and stung people. And yeah, so if you're still with me, maybe you have a clue as to what I'm talking about a little bit. This card right here is related, and this is Revelation 6:1. This is the American Medical Association, basically, I think is what this acronym means. What it has to do with is the fact that they're showing someone that's a surgeon or a doctor, and he's got blood on his hands, blood all over him, and he's pals with someone that's dead, meaning it's symbolic. It's the symbolic symbolism saying that he's pretending to be your friend, but yet he caused your death. This is why all the doctors, all the nurses, all the scientists, the pharmacists, they all wear white. They all started wearing white around 1900 when the Rockefeller Medical Association made them all switch to wearing white, because white is associated with purity, righteousness. You can trust us. We're white. We're pure. We're righteous. And in fact, you can't trust them. And in fact, what they want you to do is they want you to go into their offices. They're using bribery and other things to get people to sign up for the marketplace. You pay $20 a month and they'll send you checks, debit cards, gifts, money, food to keep you going in it because they want you to go to the doctor real bad. Because they want that doctor who is semi-oblivious, not completely oblivious to the fact that he has blood on his hands, that he's handing out free snake bites, okay, just like they've done to so many people. Not just that, but everything they're doing is to try to convince you, use word magic, witch tongue, in order to convince you that something's wrong with you. And they can help you fix it. They're on your side. Look at me, I'm wearing a white pure jacket. I am righteous. I'm going to help you and make you better, and I'm going to save you. What they're going to do is they're going to scare you, and then they're going to give you a bunch of pills that neither the doctor nor anyone in that building has any clue what that stuff's going to do to you. And if you read the side effects, it does everything to you. It can cause erectile dysfunction. It can make your eyeball pop out. It can give you brain hemorrhage. It can cause heart trouble. It can cause you to get everything you can think of if you take it long enough, but it's going to cause that rash to go away. Maybe. And normally, it never does go away. What it does is it masks a symptom so that seems a little bit better, but you have to keep taking it because they want you to keep taking it because over time, you're going to find out that, oh, now I got another problem. And it's being caused by you listening to the witch tongue of the doctor. It's being caused by you believing him and him giving you those things to try to treat that symptom. Never cure it, just treat the symptom. Now, obviously, there are situations where you can be helped. You can get the bone set, you break your arm, you can get that done, you can get this and that done. They can't do every single thing bad. They have to have some obvious good in there. Just like the news, they have the obvious good. They show you the weather. So yeah, it's raining. I look outside. Yep, it's raining. They're right. They've got to have that little bit of good in there, that obvious good. But they want you to keep going down that path of where this solution that they're giving you ain't a solution. It's the cause of your next problems. If you can't see it, I can't see it for you. And I know there's many people listening to my voice right now, feels like I'm judging you or I'm pointing at you. It's the opposite. I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to make you think and rethink about what you're putting into your bodies. Okay? And they'll be grinning at you and smiling, just like this guy. And they may even believe they're saving you. You see, Revelation 6, about 6:3, 6:4, right in there, the red horse comes out. It's the white horse, the righteous horse that pretends to be righteous, all of a sudden is covered in blood. Now, the red horse is riding. What does the red horse do? He causes them to kill each other. Who's them? The doctors. Who's them? The pharmacists. Who's them? There's many, many different scenarios and cases I could point at and stuff. But what they're doing is they're causing the people themselves to kill themselves, causing them to kill each other. The red horse. Okay, so enough on that. Let's look at this card. And I wanted to know, because I couldn't quite figure out what this card was about. And, you know, of course it's Las Vegas, but I found out what it's about, or at least one instance of what it's about. Las Vegas, you got a girl dancing here. You got a jack of spades, ace of spades, You've got co-ins here, coins. It's money because people believe it's money. They're co-in on it. And it's no different than the money you got in your pocket. When you're in Vegas and you have these in your pocket, you think you got your money, don't you? You don't. They got it. And they're going to try to keep it. Now, look in the background. What do we have going on in the background here? Sorry, guys. I'm just still having this. Well, anyways, you know what I'm saying. We have a roulette table here that's kind of tipped up on its side. And the roulette is a game of chance where you spin a little ball on it and it lands on either red or black on the checkerboard. Okay? Because that's what that is. It's a checkerboard basically, but it's a spinning checkerboard. Now, if you notice, there's two holes in the roulette table. There isn't a ball. There aren't two balls on the roulette table. It's two holes. And what it is bullet holes. Bullet holes. Where I'm getting to with this is, let's take a look at this. Notice the jack of spades, the ace of spades. Notice the black hole sun, which is an eclipse, basically. Remember that song, Black Hole Sun, Won't You Come and Take Away the Rain? How many places in this world right now are having severe weather crisis in a lot of different ways? Like in the United States, the Hoover Dam and the river that runs up into there, it's historically low. It's never been lower than where the river is right now, the reservoir. Okay? Where it's a major drought in the western United States right now. And the United States is not the only place that this is happening. Yeah, there's bad storms in other places and all. It's like climate chaos. They kind of did tell us on that when it was coming. But anyways, enough about the black hole sun. You got the J and the A. And you got, that's for, some people would say that stands for Jason Aldean. Okay. And it kind of does in a way, but things are very multi-layered. Now, if you look at this closely, you have these tattoos on his arm. What's interesting is when he got this tattoo. Because, you see, Jason was singing in Las Vegas when that Bang Bang Shoot 'em Up event took place down there in 2017. Now, if you go back and look, the JA thing has been a trademark by the individual, or more likely the corporation that is Jason Aldean, or the ones who control him, because he is just he's a high paid puppet. He's sold out. SAU or SOULED out. Sold out. He's sold his soul to the devil. Now, you remember we were talking about, well, let me just say it like this. September 22nd, 2011, okay? This image here was trademarked by his people, okay, on September 22nd, 2011. But he did not have the tattoo on his arm back then. The tattoo showed up later. The tattoo actually shows up right here, just months before the event in Vegas. He got this tattoo and branded himself completely with all this, literally branded himself with it in less than 12 months before this took place. In less than 12 months before he gets this. Now, I realize that for some people listening, you're going to say, Daniel, you're reaching. Okay. Okay. Maybe. But what do we already know? We already know that that event, at least for me, I know that event was controlled. It was contrived. It was set up by them for them as a major distraction, as well as a way to divide. And it's just multiple different things that come out of the goals they get from pulling off these false flags. Okay. But we have, like, for instance, what happened in 2001, right? If anyone has done any digging at all, you know that those two buildings that fell down were the first two buildings in history that fell down by fire, skyscrapers. And then there was the other 47-story tall building that fell down that day, Building 7, that also fell. And nothing hit it. It had a little bit of fire, which they set, but a little bit of fire, and it just falls down. And they're on record saying that it was on fire, so they were going to pull it. And it falls down in its footsteps just like a demolition. So, in other words, this world, if you understand just that event, this world is completely controlled. Everything you see when it comes to media, world events, all this, 95% of everything is completely controlled and orchestrated by them for a purpose. And ultimately the purpose is to keep you distracted so that you never learn deep truth. The deep truths about who you are, what you are. Things like the fact that you're in the image of our Father in heaven and you have great authority. You just have to find it. You have to be able to see it within yourself. And they don't want us knowing that at all. At all. So why the Ace of Spades and the Jack? The Ace of Spades is considered to be the death card in occult symbolism, okay? And the Jack is the doer of the deed, or the controlled one. So Jason is the Jack. And the Ace is, and it might not be just about this event, because it's not. It's about him being a musician, give them the music, muse them, distract them, make them think life is just a party, okay? He's doing the deeds like this because he's sold out. He wants the money, the fame, the women, the things this world has to offer, more than he cares about the truth or even his children, if they are his real children. He's already got them on his arm on a cross. You see that? That means there's a day coming that they will be sacrificed if they haven't been already. He is going to sacrifice them. In order to get the fame and the money and everything that this man wants and other men like him, you don't just get it just because you're good at singing or a good dancer. You have to give the most valuable things in your life over to the dark side. It may start out with predatory sexual stuff with a child, or it may start off with a lot of other things. But ultimately, it's going to, if he wants to stay famous, they'll have to die. Unfortunately, I know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately. And this guy is sold out. But he gets what he wants. But the price tag is his soul. You see, if you look at this card as well, too, or excuse me, rather, his tattoo. If you recall, when this happened, let me see if it'll play. Okay, I can't let his music play. That's for sure. But there's an automatic weapon that fires several different times. Matter of fact, it has 3 bursts of fire. Okay. Now, if you see these little black spots right here, it looks like you could say it's just for decoration. But what it is it's machine gun fire. There's one there, and one there. There's 3 bursts, just like was in the concert. Okay? It is what it is. And you see the cards have rips in them. Yep. All right. Enough on that. I was looking at a couple of other things. Where did this one go to? Oh, I think I put it at the end. I was looking at these things right here. See that little pin? This is a particular group of guys that are in Washington, politics, so on, that work around Mr. T and his buddies. And they all wear this triangle-shaped pink pin. Now, if you look at this guy, would you say he's straight or is he gay? How about this guy? Is that guy straight or is he gay? How about this guy? Is he straight or is he gay? And you can see the pin. Back this out and then go back in again. There we go. You can see the pin pretty good there. This pin and this sign has a lot of history. Modern day, this is in San Francisco. And here you have the pink triangle on the side of a hill where they're celebrating LBGT, QRS, whatever their thing is, right? They're celebrating that. Where it comes from is actually back in the Nazi Germany days of when they were putting a pink triangle on homosexuals. If they were caught to be a homosexual man, they had to wear a pink triangle. Here's part of the party going on when they were putting up that one in San Francisco. A little video on it there. Not going to waste my time even showing it. You know, the triangle. And it's a downward facing triangle. Just like that one. Now, none of these signs or symbols are as simple as having one meaning. Okay? There are many meanings behind this sign. And I just noticed he has a 45 on his sleeve. You can't hardly see it. I can see it. Never noticed that before. See, there's a 45 right above my mouse cursor. There's roughly, it by itself has a lot to do with a lot of things, but ultimately it ties back to that 2001 event, the ritual in which this man is involved in. Now, yeah, he's involved too. They're all controlled. There's no real free politician left in this world. Okay? They're all controlled and in the place they're in to play the role that they are playing. Okay, so now let's look at this Illuminati card. Start noticing right off that we have the triangle thing here again, but it's pointing upwards. That's because this is a woman dressed up as a man, and this is a man dressed up as a woman. If it's male energy, the triangle points upwards. If you're trying to be male energy, if you're trying to be female, or if you're gay, it's pointed down. Okay? The triangle points down for that. That's why these guys are wearing this. Every president in pretty much the entire history of the United States have all been either at least bisexual, or if not just homosexual. One of the easiest ones for us that we all got to witness was Obama. But Bush and Reagan and Carter and Ford and all of them, including Mr. T, is a homosexual. It's less of a sexual preference as it is more of a religion. You see, they can't do things that go a godly way. They have to pervert any and everything they could possibly do while still trying to hide and pretend like everything is normal. You see, you got triangles all over these cards. Up here, over there. Right here in the image, you got the pink upside down triangle. See it right here? Goes down like this, comes back up over here. There's your pink down triangle again. Here's another card related to the subject. Illuminati University says, where do you go to learn the things man was not meant to know? Good old IOU. You must pay tuition as long as you control IOU. Okay. What do you reckon you learn at this university or these universities? Okay. What do you think they're really teaching? Imagine someone like Mr. T when he was going through school. What do you think they're really teaching? I can tell you something. It ain't what they're teaching us. It ain't what you can't imagine. The perversion that is going on. It's worse than you think. Unfortunately, it is definitely worse than you think. And of course, we've got the triangle going again here. Now here's another triangle. A slice of pizza. Pizza for the secret meeting. Cheese pizza with a couple of things. Says, is this the secret meeting? Here you go, sir. Double cheese, pepperoni, anchovy, green olives, black olives, mushroom, and a microphone. If you're not aware, cheese pizza has to do with exactly what we've been talking about here. And the reason why it's has to do with like comet ping pong. Think of how you can say those words differently. I'm not going to say it. Okay. And some of you will remember that I told you what a comet is. A comet is celestial sperm. Now you may say, Daniel, are you crazy now? Go look up a comet assay. I'm not going to do it again for you. Find out what a comet assay is, and you'll know that what I'm saying is true. A comet assay is the study of sperm. What is a comet in the heavens? It is celestial seed of a deity. No, it ain't a sperm. It is a deity, an angel that is flying through the heavens far enough up that it looks slow. And I know some of you not going to get what I'm saying. Unfortunately, it's true, and I can't save everyone. But I'm trying. This ultimately has to do with the homosexuality and the PDF stuff. Okay, we'll say it like that. Let's see. I've got a bunch of other ones. These are just some of the ones I hadn't really looked at real close before. So I wanted to kind of look at it and see what there is to see. This was an interesting one because it has, remember these are printed in 95. This has Vladimir on it, and it has Zelensky, or Zelensky. You know, the guy he's fighting against supposedly in Ukraine right now. This card says, kill them all, let Lenin sort them out. And of course, we have Moscow depicted here, and a bunch of missiles and rockets, and a war that's been going on for a long time, assuming there's a war. We see videos. We ain't there. We don't really know. I know some of you think, I watch the news on your television. I'm sure you do. I don't watch the news. on no television, from no media. Literally, media is the word for people that are sorcerers. If you go back in history and study literally several thousand years back, you'll find out the medians were sorcerers. And that's where that word comes from. The people themselves, and the word itself goes back to sorcery. Just like the word MAGA does. MAGA in pretty much every language in the world, other than English, apparently, means witch or sorcerer, magic. That's why it's spelled MAGA. It has got half the word of magic in it. Sorcerer. Thank you, Bev. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Julie, for sponsoring today's video because, well, we wouldn't have a video today if it wasn't for y'all guys, because I didn't have the funds to pay the rest of my internet bill. I had about $20 left, and y'all guys took care of that, and I got a little bit left. So I greatly appreciate that. And I appreciate y'all guys who choose to donate any amount once a month, or whatever you decide to do. It's all up to you. Because it allows me to continue this work. And I sure wish my voice would get straightened out finally. It took a number of months last year, but it's kind of dragging on a little bit. But thank y'all guys very much. Remember, I love you. Father in heaven loves you. And we'll see y'all guys probably, I wouldn't doubt it, probably again tomorrow. I've been pretty busy this last week trying to take care of a couple things that were kind of eating up my time, but I'm back focused full time now. I love you. Bye-bye for now, guys.
I've got one that can see.
Logic before authority.